London's Kelly Schlicht joins us tonight with more on what we can expect out of Madison. Kelly?
Tom, Republican leaders have already begun to lay out their priorities for the upcoming session. Republicans hope to pass bills quickly this session with a large majority, but Democrats I spoke with say some compromise will need to happen. Tonight, we hear from both sides. In a news conference Wednesday in Madison, Republican Assembly leaders said they're eager to get things accomplished quickly. Top on Speaker Robin Vos's priority list, education reform.
One of the disappointments I had in last session was our inability to get consensus on a school accountability measure, where every single school in the state that receives public dollars would have a similar report card, so we would know who's succeeding, who needs help, who's failing, and parents can make their choices of that.
That school accountability bill failed to make it past the state legislature last April. It included a school report card system that would have allowed sanctions for low-performing schools. Green Bay Democratic Representative Eric Genrich says he's concerned about education in our state too, but he thinks the sanctions could amount to privatization.
I'm not sure exactly what they have in mind again with some of those details, but we're certainly going to keep an eye on those. You know, if they're interested in shutting down schools and bringing in, private equity firms, for example, to run some of these schools, that would certainly be very concerning.
Vos says he wants to rearrange the Government Accountability Board. It's the agency that oversees elections in the state.
I have always liked the model of using independent judges, so I don't see as big a problem with that. My concern is the fact that the staff seems to become more of an advocate for their position as to an independent clerk, where they are, in essence, presenting the information for the GAB to decide.
But Genrich says the GAB has fulfilled its purpose without bias.
It's a nonpartisan agency. They've done a good job, I think, of keeping politics out of that process. And, we don't really know what the Republicans have in mind or in store. But from my perspective, that agency has functioned pretty appropriately.
Vos says despite a Republican majority, many different viewpoints exist throughout the party. He wants everyone to have time to share their views. Democrat Genrich says he just hopes Republicans are willing to compromise.